Hi. Comics is an ever-growing business. And like any business, occasionally the corporations that run the comic book industry, in particular Time Warner and the Marvel Enterprises, feel the need to rebrand their product, to refresh it. So you'll occasionally see character costume changes to make things a bit more today. As a longtime comics reader and purist, it rankles me a little bit to see the Avengers running around wearing their movie costumes in the comics, but I understand why they're doing it. By the same token, Jim Lee's line-wide redesign of the DC heroes doesn't really do a whole lot for me. I think they happen to look very 90s, but I understand the rationale behind all the piping and speed lines and things. They're supposed to make the characters a bit more relevant and enticing to new readers, kids, people who aren't used to the spandex and capes set. However, it's important when doing a character redesign to maintain the spirit of the character and whatever makes that character iconic and visible. And when you look at Jim Lee's Superman, it's Superman. Yeah, he doesn't have the trunks on anymore. He's got all kinds of lines and shit all over him. He's got a collar, but it's still Superman. Lee has maintained the iconic aspects of that character. Stray too far from that iconic vision of a character, and it just doesn't work. You remember Claude Armored Batman, Armored Daredevil, the Electric Blue Superman? Unless you're a hardcore dork like me, you probably don't, and there's a good reason. Those things didn't work. Which brings me to my non-pick of the week this week, Justice League 23.2 by DC Comics, featuring the new 52 version of something they're calling Lobo. This, folks, is not Lobo. This is Lobo. He's there on the cover. They want to make you believe that you're buying a Lobo comic, but on the inside you get this guy, who I assume spends the whole issue trying to track down who stole his guy liner so he can join the rest of his intergalactic boy band on stage at Space Red Rocks or wherever they're playing this week. Lobo's a space biker, folks. He's a badass, he's a mercenary, he's a killer. He was defined by his grim and gritty look. You can't change him. You can't make him into this sort of streamlined, young, pompadoured, semi-armored, matrixy-looking thing. This isn't Lobo. No. Bad, DC. Bad. That'll be enough of that. My real pick of the week this week is Mighty Avengers #1 from Marvel Comics. Not just because I am a Marvel fanboy, but this is really a solid read. I questioned the necessity of yet another Avengers ongoing title, but I'll admit that I really missed Luke Cage after Bendis' departure from the Avengers. Currently, you've got Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers books running, which are all about densely plotted science fiction epics. And then you've got Rick Remender's sort of wannabe Grant Morrison high concept book, neither of which are focused terribly much on character. This book has character in spades. The interactions between Luke Cage, the new Power Man, White Tiger, Monica Rambeau, and the superior Spider-Man are fantastic, pitch perfect. It's an engaging read, great dialogue. If you were a fan of the Bendis era of Avengers, check it out. Thanks, folks.